Welcome to Dice Junkies. I'm Xenodamus. I'm here with
Q
and on Skype.
BloodX.
All right. First up, we have Amazon is buying MGM Studios.
We are literally going to megacorp hell, aren't we? Like, the companies are just consolidating.
I forgot MGM existed, man.
Really, MGM?
I mean, have they done anything in a while? I mean, yeah.
I mean, nobody's done a lot in the last 2 years because of the quarantine. So, I mean,
let's see.
But I mean, RoboCop, Silence of the Lambs. I mean, they got
James
history.
Bond, Rocky, Fargo, RoboCop. Okay, yeah. I mean, but all these tend to be really old franchises. Is what I mean. There's no they haven't had a new franchise in a while.
Oh, don't worry, they're redoing James Bond, from what I hear.
They redo everything eventually. That's sort of the thing. But yeah, I will say I have Amazon Prime, and I've looked at their catalog. Out of all the streaming services, Amazon Prime has had some of the most boring shows ever created. Like they tend to take the mundane and just drag on with it.
I had it for a while, and I remember never almost finding anything. Like I went to Amazon Prime to watch schlocky horror movies because I grew up on that. I used to do the bad horror movies, but that was it. And man, they had a lot of like low tier. Like if you like bad horror movies, like just bottom tier, Amazon Prime was great. But once I got out of that phase, literally ended up canceling it because I was like, there's nothing good to watch. It was only bad stuff to watch.
I will say, and then, they talk about Amazon and Lord of the Rings, stuff like that. The other thing is every time Amazon announces something that does sound interesting to me, they end up announcing that they canceled that project somewhere down the line. It's just like, yeah, we're not going to do that anymore. We saw that in Maid's Tale or something. We're going to try to do something like that.
I heard the Lord of the
cool
Rings
stuff,
sounds like it's going to be a trash fire, man. All the Lord of the Rings fans I've talked to, we had a big one Friday with our Lords of the Ring aficionado, the Mr. Evan from the Ray Bray cosplay group, cosplayer team and company incorporated, LLCG, whatever.
The fuck are you doing, dude?
The key part is that he is actually he's done the whole expanded universe. Like he's a master Lord of the Rings. And he said that he is not liking what he's hearing about this. And I said, okay. So a hardcore Lord of the Rings fan has already given me the thumbs down. I didn't like what I was hearing too. So I've now decided that I'm probably not going to waste my time. Because if the guy who's and Evan's a really cool guy. And I mean, I thought he'd be into what I was hearing, but he was like, no. So that's what I said. Okay, wow. I thought he would be the guy telling me, no, man, this sounds good. Nope, he didn't seem to be particularly excited about it, and I was like, all right.
I mean, the only thing that was halfway decent that's come out of Amazon so far was, I think, Carnival Row was
that the one with the fairies?
Interesting.
And all the sex?
Yeah.
Definitely check some fetish boxes there, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I checked a couple of mine.
I've seen those scenes. I haven't seen the show, but, I mean, you can find anything online. You look hard enough.
Anyway, so yeah, this will be the next massive combined companies to try to get your money. I'm wondering when they're going to take the Prime shipment and Prime Video and separate those out and make multiple services with Amazon. I mean, they already did it with Twitch. You used to have Amazon Prime and Twitch Prime used to come together, and then they pulled Twitch to a separate service. And it looks like, I mean, I'm with this purchase, I wouldn't be surprised to see their video service being pulled out to a separate service as well.
Yeah, because my Amazon Prime covered the whole thing. I remember I got the discounts on the shipping and all of that, which is why I kept it for as long as I did after I kind of watched most of the schlocky horror movies. Because, again, I love a good, trashy, well, not trashy, but you know what I mean. Like low tier, low budget horror movies are hilarious, and they yeah. But then eventually, I stopped ordering stuff, and I realized that it went a year without watching or ordering anything, and I just said, "All right."
Well, you know, Amazon, they're building up their services more. You know, they have a Audible service now that they have.
What happened to monopolies being against the law, though? Like, I remember back in the day, they would freak out over this, but they're letting a lot of companies consolidate into massive corps. And I'm just kind of sitting there going, like, where is all of that? Because I remember they tripped out on AT&T back in, or was it Bell South? Remember the phone company thing that went into a big clusterfuck of like
Ma Bell.
Yeah, like that flipped out, and then they went after Microsoft repeatedly down through the years, trying to claim they were. But now it's just like, yeah, this company owns like all of these.
It does seem they've forgotten. Well, I don't know. I can't say that because tech companies are still getting it pretty hard. I mean, you see it happen a lot with Google and Microsoft and stuff like that. I mean, Google has been the target of many.
Heck, Apple's being sued right now.
Yeah, Apple.
So, but yet, weirdly enough, in entertainment, like I'm noticing that there are fewer and fewer studios that are separate.
Yeah.
They're all coming under like about 3 houses. And when one of those merges, that's going to be pretty much it.
Well, we're seeing it happen in game studios as well. I mean,
yeah.
You know, we're getting these big conglomerate game studios.
But they're trying to protect themselves from China, so that's a defensive measure. Tencent, man, is getting his fingers into everything. Like, the one thing I'll say about Amazon, all this, is that they are at least showing themselves up so that they don't all just get slowly picked off by Tencent. So, like, that's the only reason I haven't flipped out about it, is because I'm like, wow, they're consolidating. But then I'm going, at least they're not consolidating under, like, you know, that banner, because they've been slowly trying to sneak up on. Remember, they tried to buy Sony, and then they tried to buy some anime studios. Like, maybe they're doing this to defend themselves against that other external financial
Sony is
threat.
buying up all the anime studios.
Yeah, and I still don't know how to feel about that. I want to think Sony won't go Tencent, but they're
they're already
adjacent.
working. Yeah, they're already adjacent. With
yeah,
them.
they're very adjacent. I'm just like, oh boy.
Yeah, but it'd be interesting to see how this, I guess, goes through. So they ended up spending $8.45 billion for a 100-year-old studio.
We keep seeing these huge price tags too. Like, man, you never realize how broke you are until you see people casually throwing around billions. Just like it ain't
It's
nothing.
not people, though. It's corporations. It's companies.
But somebody owns that. Somebody's at the top of that corporation, and their check is massive. Like, wow. I remember when 8.45 billion was a big number. I've now seen it so often in these last few mergers that 8.4 sounds pretty reasonable, because I've seen 50 billion, I think. I mean, I think I've seen a lot bigger than that.
We saw one, I think it was 40-something billion, yeah.
Yeah, so you're like, when you go 8.45, man, that's nothing. And then you stop to think, like, what did I just say? I mean, hey. I mean, eventually the government will make way for the megacorps. I'm telling you, we're going to become a genuinely just a corpse will run everything. Which corp are you going to go under? You're going to be Amazon, Disney, or Google? Who are you going for?
Oh, I'm probably going to try to stay away from the corpse, man. I'm going to be a runner, I guess.
We are old. We will die so fast.
Yeah.
Shortest runner career ever.
Oh,
wow. Like, maybe back in my 20s, man, I would have been like, yeah. Now I'm thinking, I'm going to need a lot of cyberware to get up to speed. The word, I would be a shadow walker. I can't be a shadow runner. I don't think I can pull off a run. Shadow short jogger. There we go. Hey, I'm just real. Right. They said first rule is cardio, man. We ain't been doing that. We already failed the first rule, cardio.
That's true.
I'm good for double tap. I ain't good for cardio. But yeah, it's interesting to see how the world's shaping up. The good news is we might be old enough to not care. Like, we'll get old enough that nobody's thinking about us, and we'll just be able to be crazy old men.
Well, you got kids, so you have to worry about it a little more than I do.
They'll figure it out. I do. I'm going to provide what I can for them to give them an edge, and I'm going to be like, all right, your world. It's your world.
There's no one in the younger generation I care enough about.
Don't you have a niece?
I said what
might watch your show?
I said what I said.
Oh, okay. Ouch.
So anyway, my niece better not be watching the show.
I hope not now. Who he finally mentioned to me on the show? Oh, wow. Okay, that's the way it came up.
Oh. Anyway. Damn it.
Don't look at me, man. You did it, huh?
So Valve is making a Switch-like portable gaming PC, apparently.
That could work because Steam has a massive library of games that would be decent little mobile games. Heck, I mean, they have literal mobile style games that appear a lot. And I mean, if I could bring my Steam library with me, I'd play a lot more because I own several games that I don't want to sit in front of my PC and play, but they're light enough that I can see myself on the road be like, because I got that word game. I forgot the name of it, but there's a game that you spell out the words on and everything, and it makes them come into real. So there's somebody out there right now screaming out the name of it. But like, I have a Steam library filled with games that I would not play when I have to sit in front of my PC when I have my Xbox and bigger games available. But I would definitely, they're light enough to play on a portable device. I actually might buy that portable device if it works well because it would be nice to flop around on some of my light games.
I'm just my only concern is I mean we saw them try to do the Linux based our Steam OS which was Linux based PCs, and those really didn't work well already.
How hard is it to do a
and
portable?
now I mean portable has got to be harder than a PC.
Not if you're aiming to just put like the light mobile games on it.
I
It'd be
don't
probably
know.
cool to play Little Nightmares on that. You know, could see that. That game probably wouldn't be too rough to play. I could think of several games I would play on a portable device that I would not have the patience to sit on my PC when I could be playing like.
Which I mean,
big
it looks like they're also sticking with the Steam PC platform via Linux. So, like I said, that didn't work out very well with the Steam PC. But
Well, we'll see. I mean, Valve's got the money. I mean, what I love about this, how this is a slap in the face of Epic. They are ignoring Epic. They're just doing other stuff. They're like, let's make a portable device. Epic's over here still going, fear us. We're gonna take you down. We're paying people to advertise against you. We're trying our best. And Valve is literally like, hey man, you want to make a portable device? Let's try that again.
yeah.
What about Epic? Who? They just do, I mean, you got to think about it. They're doing this while they're supposed to be in a like, you know what I'm saying, in a competition with Epic. This is how many fucks Valve doesn't give. They're investing in other stuff and not even caring.
Well, you know, their patent case on their controller also failed. So, I mean, they haven't been really swinging hits lately.
And they still don't care, and they're still throwing it out there. And they're like, I don't know, let's try make a Game Boy for the Steam. but no counterplay against Epic whatsoever. I just kind of find that just kind of pimp the way they're just like, who? Man, we didn't even think about them, man.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're definitely have a lot of give no fucks to the whole.
I mean, think about it. This is probably going to fail. You're right, and they literally don't care. They're like they'd rather do this than address that.
Than Half-Life 3. They'd rather do this than Half-Life 3.
Half-Life 3 is on the shelf for if things actually get bad. Half-Life 3 is made. It's been demoed. Like, it's ready. They updated it.
It's on the wall. Break glass.
Yeah, break glass in case Epic actually accomplishes something. And as you see, they literally they're making this, so they ain't that worried. But if Epic really pulls it off and gets tied with them, all of a sudden they're going to be like, boom. Oh, look, everybody. Portal 3 and Half-Life 3. Wow, they're ready. And they just watch just a smash. Because let's be honest, you're saying this, and you're still waiting for Half-Life 3. See? Look. He's saying this. You see this, Blood Axe? He's saying this, and he's still waiting. And I just made some people moist when I said Portal 3. There's some people out there that went, wait, what? What Portal 3? I was like, y'all, I just said it. They haven't said anything yet.
It's right next on what's on the wall right next to Half-Life.
They can
3.
kick out Portal 3 any minute and just say GLaDOS is back. And, maybe Wheatley too. And everybody's like, I mean, it would sell out. It'd make the top list immediately. My fear is that I think they're waiting too long on Half-Life 3 just because, like, there's no way with this much anticipation that it can meet anyone's expectations anymore.
No.
Like, it would have to be the greatest game. I played no Half-Lives, but I would expect Half-Life 3 to be the greatest game. Like, and I pick it up, as soon as I turn it on, it's just an orgasmic experience every moment, every button press. From the way you mofos have been waiting on this, it better be the best game ever. So maybe they've also said, I don't think we can pull this off anymore, guys. We've raised the bar too high.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree with you. I think the bar for Half-Life is definitely way too high. Half-Life 1 and 2 it's
They're
one
legend,
of those,
man. They're legend.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it became a legend. But was it really as great as people remember it? Probably not.
I don't want to get in trouble because I've watched some videos of it and it ain't aged well, but that's all I can say. Like when I watch people play it, I'm like,
it was a fun game for the time, but you know.
I mean, Flynn played it Half-Life 2, and I will admit the physics were interesting at the time because he played it when it came out. I used to watch him play it, and the physics engine looked interesting. But the best way to put it is not enough for me to even bother to go get it.
Mm-hmm.
Just looked interesting, like, okay, Dad. Oh, I like the little chainsaw blade thing you're doing with that's okay. To me, Portal was really the one that I thought like the physics were really interesting on, man. That was pretty cool.
I mean, it became a meme, and whenever you become a meme, you
still is a meme.
Yeah, you sort of grow out of proportion. You know, you exceed heights that are not reasonable. That is meme culture. So,
but how shocking would it be if they put out Half-Life 3 and it was amazing? That would be a trip if they put out Half-Life 3 and everybody said Game of the Year. Like that would be a shock. Just making multiplayer, it crushes Fortnite. You know, there's nothing I'm waiting for more than the death of Fortnite. One of my boys just started playing Apex Legends. I bought him some skins. I was just like, good job, man. Just try Apex Legends. There you go. Play something else.
I mean, okay. I'm not gonna go down that path, but
my anti-Fortnite feelings are known. That's what you can do when you have a reputation, but nobody trusts Disney. Did Disney tell you something, you're going to immediately go, let me go check that. Or I'm sorry, I shouldn't say them in particular. Large corporations that have not fostered a trustworthy reputation, you don't immediately believe what they say.